Hello, hello, Blake Hart here today, coming at you with Native Instruments' new release, which is called Playbox. And Playbox is unlike anything I have seen before, and it really excites me. So, I want to dive into this, go through it a little bit, and just tell you what I think is really cool about it, and why you might want to consider grabbing it. So here we are on the Native Instruments website. All links are below. This is coming in at $149 on sale, right? So you're going to say, that's a little bit steep, right? A little bit more than a machine expansion. But let me just show you. Let me show you what it does. Lots of information here on the Native Instruments website. There's a ton of chord sets in this particular VST. I don't know. What are we calling it? There's a bunch of chord sets in here, bunch of samples, and a bunch of ways to randomize all of the sounds together, as well as put your own samples in if you want to do that too. So a lot of great information on the Native Instruments website. The idea are these little boxes, right? Little boxes, and think outside the box. I actually really like that because this is really what this is. Like if you open this up and you can't come up with a beat, like you still have beat block, there's something wrong with you, for sure, for sure. Lots of ideas can come through here, especially with the ability to roll the dice in so many places. It says, assign over 900 unique samples to individual notes. Now that's within the product, right? But you can also add your own samples, so it's limitless. You can have as many unique samples as you want, I guess. All right, so these are the cubes. They call them cubes here. Boxes, cubes. What do we got going on? We got synths, instruments, bass, voices, noises, and user, which is your own samples. And I just think these graphics are really cute. So you can get an idea of what to expect from those different cubes. And like I said, roll with it. There are so many ways to randomize, roll the dice, which I love. You can put your own chords in here, and the effects are like crazy. There's so many effects. So lots of stuff going on. It's 1.2 gigabytes, 1301 presets. Wow, it's a lot of presets. And it works with the free contact player. So you could use this in any DAW. You don't have to have machine. We're going to jump in machine, but you can use this in any DAW with the free contact player. So let's dive into machine and listen to what it does. All right, here we are in machine. I was playing around with this a little bit before. That's two different ones going. This one. I'll show you what it is. And then this one. Yeah, so I've been playing around with this, and I sort of started to try to make something. I don't even know what I was making, but it was like this. Let's see. Got some bass. And then I put a little lead. And then some drums. It's groovy. All right, and that's all from Native Instruments. This No Rush Kit is what was that from? Backyard something. I don't know. So many different expansions. But yeah, and yeah, all this stuff is from Native Instruments that you're hearing. Analog Dreams, love this. Analog Dreams is so good if you don't have it. It's so good. Lots of great sounds from there. All right, so yeah, let me show you Playbox and let's play around with it. I'll open this one. Boarding School. Just love these sounds. All right, so to give you an idea, the sound is made up of three things, right? It's made up of the chords, which I showed you, that we can choose what key we want to be in, and like it's gonna everything. It's sort of like arcade and output, right? So you choose that up there. You make sure that's in C major, and then everything you're doing in here, it's gonna be in C major. All the chords it gives you and all that stuff. Then there's the samples. Again, it's gonna make sure that like all these samples, like yes, they're in the right notes because the samples are what makes up the chords. And this is how you can stack the different sounds and roll the dice on these sounds. So I can roll the dice right here. And you see how you end up changing the sound. Or you can just change like totally, like let's say I'm like, okay, what do I want to put in here? I want this to be noises. So let me roll the dice here. So you can choose what this is. It doesn't have to be all synths. Let's put a voice one here and hit that. Just some really crazy sounds. Now you can make a decision down here to, roll the dice on any of these. Roll the dice, see where you end up. Pretty crazy. So I'm playing with this on my machine, but it depends how you want to use it. But if you want to change these settings, you can, be on the pads of your machine. It's only 8. You can count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're only going to fill 8 keys of your MIDI keyboard or 8 pads when you're doing this. So don't get confused as to why it's limited like that. But you can hit this dice and everything's going to get. Oh, it's all voices. Now here, I wonder why it's not picking. I locked all those. What I'm wondering when I hit that is why it's just picking all voices and like not picking anything else. I guess if I just had all factory, let's see. Yeah, that's gonna mix it up. So yeah, so there's just a lot of different things that you can do here I'm just scraping the surface. I really just want you to know that that is how robust this instrument is, and that is why it is expensive, because there's just so many things to do. So we're just playing, that was in the samples. You still have all these effects that you can play with here. Got this lo-fi, filter, delay. Look at all these effects. That is a ton of effects. So you start playing around with that, you're shaping the sounds even more. And over here you can do ARP, you can do strum, you can do grain. So it's all up to you as to, what do you want to do with this sound? Because again, options are limitless. So let's click over here. Again, I think I showed you this with different chords. You can record in your own chords if you wanted to. By pressing that button, you can record your own chords. You can shuffle the order around if you don't like how they are. You can drag and drop MIDI in here. So if you have MIDI packs, you can drag those chords and those packs in here, or you can export your own MIDI. So you can take your own MIDI out and see that there it is. Although single thing is the same chord. How did I end up doing that? What did I do? How did I do that? Is that when I hit like the randomize thing? What did I do? How do I end up with all the same chords? So if I hit that and I go to chords, all right, now we got something different. I don't know what I did before. But yeah, there you can see that you have the MIDI. So if you want to use the chords but use it with a different instrument, you can go and you can do that. So all kinds of different options here, which how can you not get excited about this? But let's go back over here and see some of the presets. Because you're probably wondering about that too, right? So interesting. What's this? Oh. All right, so yeah, there's different classifications. So that's in the supernatural. Did you hear how like different weird that was? There's what's this? Drumstick hay. So those are extra sounds, but let's go to the instruments then. Beach Hangover. It takes a few seconds to load. Should get out of here. Go into the little boxes. I like looking at these. All right, I just realized I think I have the ARP on, right? I have the ARP on, so I need to go, where was that? That was in here. No, in here, effects. I'm having fun with this. Yeah, so that's the ARP, folks. Nice. And lots of options, so that's cool. All right, let me turn the ARP off and let me go back where I was. Telling you guys, this is going to be the new hot instrument. I mean, like these sounds and just like the designers, what they did with this. Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Ah. So we're in this piano treated, but let's see. What if I. What's this? Pony Vintage. I'm having so much fun here. So here I have all of them chosen. You can see like just how many there are. What's wishes? These are song starters, folks. I mean, this is just all about, man, making music. Like, I hate when you get slowed up in the process, right? Because making music is supposed to be fun. And like, it's fun when you're making it and doing it, not when you're sitting there with beat block and you're like, I don't know what instrument to use. I don't know what to do. I don't know what chords to play. Ah, instantly gone with this. Instantly gone with this. What's this? Oh, okay, I'm sure you can see by my excitement just how nice this thing is. I'm loving it. And you can save your own presets. So if you do something that you end up making yourself, you can totally like save your preset and have it in here. I feel like they didn't they didn't miss a beat with this. Like there's just so many different options. It's unbelievable to me. Like the fact that you can drag your own like MIDI in here even. All right, well, so the one thing I did want to show you was the samples. All right, opened up some samples here. Let's see what we got. So the cool thing is when you drop your sample in, it actually does an analysis on it. So it knows like what the root note is. So then it knows like how to put it in the mix of this instrument. So when the sample plays with everything else, it plays in key, which is quite awesome, quite awesome. And we're going to drag this in here and you're going to see it turns a different color. So now it's showing me like, okay, that's my own sample. That's what the sample was. So let's see as a chord, what chord is that? Gotta find, I always forget. Which is the one over there? Ah, this one. What if I drop another one in? I mean, it might make no sense, some of these samples you drop in, but when I was watching the whole demo and everything that Native Interest had on this, the woman that was doing the demo who was one of the designers, great video, by the way. Make sure you go and watch the videos Native Instruments has. She was talking about how, you know, this can absolutely give new life to your like old sample library, right? If you like got a bunch of samples sitting around and you're like, I don't know, I don't use those, whatever, you know, drop them in something like this and it's just crazy. So let's take a look at these chords. I haven't gone through how the presets work here. So I'm going to click on chords and you'll see that you can change the presets and the notes change of the chords. So I have this locked up here. So if you unlock this, watch what happens when you change the chords. You're going to go into a different key. So that also maybe helps you if you have beat block and you're wondering what to do. Or you find some chords you like and then you're like, no, that's not the samples I want. That's epic. Ooh. Oh, I love it. And then you can use, I can roll the dice there. And then there's this XY pad. So you can even change the sound even more. Ooh, halftime. I just caught that. So the reality is there are so many options in this thing. I'm really loving it. I'm going to go and make some music with it right now, but I'm going to spare you that because I don't know if I'd be able to make music quickly with this thing. There's just too many options. Too many options. Thank you for watching today. Hope you enjoyed my thoughts on Playbox. Links are down below. They're affiliate links. Thank you for using them. They help support the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you again